Back to the channel, and today will be the one and only review of Pumpkin Eater on this channel. This is it. Pumpkin Eater is done. After this video, I probably will never cover it again because it will not be at Scary Farm anymore. It's honestly kind of sad, and I will go to Knott's and buy the poster, because they have all these, like, Scary Farm maze posters that they have, like, year-round. I'm going to make sure to go and get this one specifically, because it won't be here anymore. It won't be there anymore. So I definitely should check it out, see if I want it. But yeah, it's done. This is really it. I don't think we'll ever see it again, to be honest. So sad to see it go, but, you know, hopefully the next stuff is scarier than... Because the Bloodline and Grimoire aren't that scary. Like, this is terrifying. Pumpkin Eater's terrifying. You know, Dark Entities is terrifying and disgusting. But, like, Bloodline's really mild, and so is, Grimoire. It's just not that scary, so I'm hoping we get more, like, really dark mazes. Like, Waxworks, super dark. Mesmer, super dark. It's just these last couple are not that dark. They're cool, they're awesome technologically, but they're not that scary, and I think that's part of the issue. So, obviously, it'll be sad to see it go, but, yeah, so I'm going to do a full maze review. Let me see what the heck this is. Haunted Trails. Haunted Trails? Why did it say Haunted Trails? That's weird. Alright, whatever. Gosh, it's sad. Yeah, it'll be totally gone. Totally gone. 2017. That's crazy. It's been there for so long. Holy crap. So that one's been there for ages. Cause Dark Ride was 2015, so that's the oldest one there currently. But this, I think, is in second place, honestly. Like, it is old. It's been there forever. But yeah, so I gotta find, there it is, Theme Park HD. Sorry, sad. Here, I'm gonna do this so it doesn't glitch out. There we go. See how faster it goes? How much faster it goes when I just cut my camera out. It zips, see? I'm telling you, it hates when I have my... If I only had a PC. I remember him. Oh, dude, and the scare zone is gone, too. Goodness gracious, it's a big loss. It better be good. Whatever they're replacing this with better be good. I'm gonna be pissed. Like, really unhappy if it's bad. Because I'm like, then you replaced all the amazing... The Hollows especially is, like, really, really cool scare zone. So it better be a good maze, not like Goring 20s, which was, like, amazing, cool concept, but poorly executed. Yeah, so what I'm doing here is I'm going through and, spotting anything, any details or anything that I noticed and wanted to talk about. Mesmer had a lot more, like, trippy stuff and secret whatever, so there's more to talk about, but we'll still watch the whole thing through. But yeah, this one definitely is dark. probably one of the darkest ones there. I'd say probably the darkest. Actually, Waxworks. No, it might be the second darkest one there. It's nasty. This is like, it's gross. There's a lot of gross things. So if you're sensitive to like nastiness, well, I would say, I guess if you're going this year in the next couple weeks, like that, I just skip over it if you're really sensitive to nastiness, because it is really gross in here. But it's super well designed, super well made. The effects for its time are really good. Like, really good. Like, Darkride was 2 years before this, so I'd say this is a pretty good advancement in my view from Darkride, which has like bad effects rather than in the wrong room. That was weird. I wonder what that room was. Oh, this part's weird. Is this where the house is moving? No, that's later. But yeah, it's nasty. Like that is gross. We're about to put viewer discussion advised on this one. My bad. Actually, yeah, probably should. Mesmer I didn't because it was so like, the gore was low. It was scary, but it wasn't like that disgusting. So, yeah. I guess I should just put it in, since it is gross. Yeah. But yeah, you can see just how well designed it is, and how well made it is, and produced, and finished up. Yeah, it's a great maze, honestly. Yet again, unfortunate to see it go, but,
so much for watching Theme Park HD. Don't forget to subscribe for more haunted
where was
houses.
it? I think it was here. Like, the floor is moving. It's really weird. There's, at some point in this maze, here, I'll point it out to you. Here it is. Right here, the floor is moving. It's really weird. You couldn't really see it in the camera view, but, yeah, it, like, moves. It's very strange. But yeah, it's a great maze. So well designed, and I really liked it. Last year, it just, for some reason, wasn't as appealing to me, and I don't know if that's just my perspective shifted, or if it really, like, they made it better for its last year, like, they added effects, and added props, and added people. It's possible. Because last year, it was just kind of like one of those whatever mazes to me. But this year, definitely not the case. It was great. So that was a great last time to walk through. Yeah, it's sad. It's the first time I've really, like, seen a maze go. I mean, technically last year was paranormal, but I never went in it, so I never really experienced it at all. So I didn't really care that it was leaving, because I never went in, and I never really cared much about it. But this one, yeah, it definitely was a good one. Oh, the Hollow, I'm gonna miss the Hollow, like, a lot. That Scare Zone is so cool. So I think the best costume designing at Scary Farm is probably in the Hollow. Like there are a few in there that I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Except that like Native American shaman in Ghost Town. That is a different level. He was on like they did some behind the scenes YouTube video last year and he was featured on it cuz his costume is so dang cool. His is the best designed in the park. But outside of him, I think the Hollow has the best um, costume design in the park. Um, and it was so cool, and it's more like mellow. It's not, people aren't screaming and yelling and being annoying. Like, it's really like mellow. Obviously, they still like try to get you, but it's not as intense. Like, it's more eerie feeling than like crazy intense, if you know what I mean. They're not like sliding after you as much in that one. I mean, they still do, but it's not as much as Ghost Town Streets. And I mean, they're still, doing their grab thing and like kind of growling, but it's more toned down because it's like supposed to be a more eerie feel, and it definitely works. In fact, that's what Goring 20s should be. It should be an eerie, weird, like what's going on feeling, but they haven't managed to capture that because they always have to be playing live music. And it ruins the eerie feel, it ruins the scariness, ruins it all. So, my tip to Knott's, I know they're not watching, but maybe someone from Knott's is. Please, if you're on the Scary Farm team, just don't have live music next to Goring 20s. Like, it honestly, it's not, it ruins the experience. And when I went, it wasn't even the stage that ruined it. Last year it was the stage that ruined it. But when you went to the very back, it kind of was eerie. Last year's Goring 20s was better than this year's, for sure. But this year they had like Goring 20s people playing like the drums and singing on the roof, and it wasn't like weird creepy singing, like professionally singing. And I'm like, what the heck is happening here? I'm like, this is not scary. They ruin the atmosphere. Like, come on, just fix it. They won't fix it. It's like, I don't know how they have not discovered yet that they shouldn't have loud music. In all those trailers that they posted last year, it made it seem like this weird, eerie, scary feel. And then when they was released, it was like this loud, crazy, weird thing. That is an issue with Goring 20s. And the Hollow, like, perfectly nailed that eerie feeling. With, like, it's quiet. It's off to the side in the park. They're like ghosts of the past, right? They're all like old Revolutionary War soldiers and weird creatures, and it's like all of that stuff. And it's really cool. And I feel like they should just keep that and just do a different maze that's just kind of relevant. Like a evil forest maze. That would work in the Hollow, because that's kind of what the Hollow's theme is. Like, they could have maybe a plague doctor who's hiding in the forest and whatever. I'm just trying to think of things, but the Hollow is directly connected to Pumpkin Eater, so it makes sense they're getting rid of both. But I'll miss it for sure. Always remember it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's like that is the last time I will ever step out of that maze. I mean, dude, it would be even more sad if I was there years prior to going. Like if I had been there on day one and then to the last day, that would be painful. But it's a great maze, and I highly recommend you go to it. And it doesn't have a long wait normally at all. So if you can get to it this year at some point, I highly recommend you do, because it's really fun, it's really cool, really well designed. But yeah, that's it. Not as much to talk about on this one compared to Mesmer, but it's cool. Scariness level wise, I'd say it's not the scariest one there. And this year, for the 2022 Scary Farm, it is less scary than the depths, which is weird. Like, not less scary in, like, the environment you're in is way more scary and, like, gross and weird than the depths, but, like, the jump scares. The jump scare level, way lower in this one. The depths has way more jump scares this year. They must have just have more scare actors in there. But for this one, it's yet again supposed to, portray that weird, eerie feel. And they do it perfectly even in the maze. It's like, like you feel like something's just going to happen. And then it does, right? And you're like, whoa. But jump scare wise, not that high. But like eeriness, creepy, gory wise, it's definitely one of the highest. So yeah, that's my ranking. It's gonna be missed. It will be missed by me and many others, I'm sure. Whatever's in there next year better live up to that maze, or else I'm gonna be not happy. So, better be good. The pressure is on, not the pressure is on for taking that one out. They should just have like one permanent maze that is never removed. Because that's how they, like, Ghost Town Streets is permanent. They should have one permanent maze that never leaves, just one. But it's like the most popular one, or like the most, like Origins. Origins should never leave. Origins should stay because it fits the park so well. I think Origins should be permanent and never go, but it will, obviously. But I think they should just have Origins stay because, it's the whole Ghost Town Western theme. And it fits great. So keep Ghost Town Streets in the one maze connected to it, and all the other ones can shift. Obviously, I personally would way rather have Pumpkin Eater be permanent or the Depths, but, it doesn't really make sense for that to be the one to stay permanently, right? But yeah, I mean, it sucks it's leaving, but it's will be remembered forever, and it's great. I will be thinking back on that maze like 3 years from now when I'm going, like, oh, remember Pumpkin Eater? And all the new people hadn't gone yet will be like, what? Oh yeah, that'll for sure happen at some time in the future. But yeah, that Red Barn maze that was there like a few years ago, before I went, I used to would just watch the videos every year, and that was an event in itself for me. But that maze was crazy, like really well done, really scary. I think Red Barn is one of the scariest they've ever had, to be honest with you. Like, it is really, really dark. That one was crazy, but that's gone, obviously. Don't get why, because they haven't used that space at all, so I don't know why they got rid of it. I think that to myself every single day. Why did they get rid of Red Barn? Every single time I think about Scary Farm, it's for some reason like, dude, why? They're not using the space. Like, I don't know why they just have not kept it there. There must be some other weird reason why they got rid of it. Like, it was too dark. I don't know why. Like, why? It was never used. That space is empty right now. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Unless they're like, oh, we need storage, more storage, so we'll use the red. No. It's only Santa's cookies during Merry Farm, dude. Like, we don't. Yeah, whatever. That one, it's just stupid. It's just they could have just one extra maze, but they don't. And it makes no sense why. Because no one's using the space. So, yeah, that's kind of annoying. But yeah, we'll see what the heck they're doing next year with Pumpkin Eater, but that's so far ahead of us. And oh yeah, by the way, this is part of my outro now. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, do all that stuff. And if you're second guessing on subscribing because Halloween's almost done, I do not stop making content. I do not Berry Farm content. So once Scary Farm's done, it's not Halloween. I switch the name to Ghost Town Talk, a Knott's Berry Farm channel. It's dedicated to Knott's Berry Farm only. no other theme park. And we got some content to do, because Fiesta Village is being completely redone. Montezuma is being redone. So we got some stuff to talk about. And when I was at Scary Farm, Fiesta Village was basically not there. Like, it was just walls. Like, it really wasn't there. Jaguar was there, nothing else. It's all just walled up. So, man, will we have some juicy news to talk about. And, you know, I sucked last year, because Star Wars was crazy. My main channel's all Star Wars and Marvel, and it was crazy last year. And there was, like, no way I could get to anything. But I will try to do better this year, for sure, since it is still a channel of mine. So after Scary Farm, I think it's just Berry Farm for a little bit. Yeah, and then it's Merry Farm, and then Boysenberry Festival. No, yeah, and then Peanut Celebration, and then Ghost Town Alive, and then Scary Farm, and then etc. So I'll try to cover. Ghost Town Alive was awesome last year. I loved it. Well, this year, but obviously it's done now. But it was really cool. There were so many hidden things I had no idea even existed there. But I will make sure to cover all of that more once Halloween is done. And unfortunately, it's painful, but it's soon, like 2 to 3 weeks until. No, I think it's literally 2 weeks. Shall we look? We shall look. One. Oh, dude, not even. Actually, one. Oof. No, it's 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks exactly. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's painful. Like, Halloween is. The day of Halloween is fun, but, like, after that, it's depressing. Because it's done. For a year. And then I'm, like, just sitting, waiting for Scary Farm to be announced for the whole next year, and I'm like, oh, when? Just give us something, and then we don't get anything. It's so long and far. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, we're done, so I will stop talking. You can get back to whatever you were doing before. But that's it. So, do all the things you hear in every single other video. I really feel like I don't need to explain. Just subscribe. It's fun, cool content. Subscribe to my main channel, Saade Video. You spell Saade like Saade, video, combined. It'll pop up instantly. Since my last name is so unique, that is a perk of having a unique last name. If you're like John Davis, then you're going to have like 60 million John Davises till you find your channel. But for me, it's literally that simple. Click it, subscribe. If you're into Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and Disney parks, then it's going to be a great channel for you. But yeah, that is it. So, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Good.